All right.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to call the meeting to order for the City Commission meeting of Thursday, August 15th, 2024, at 7 p.m. Can we have a moment of silence for dearly departed? Can we now stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Brady. Can I have a roll call?
Commissioner Bryson.
Here.
Commissioner Hendrick.
Here.
Commissioner Clausen.
Here.
Commissioner O'Brien.
Here.
Commissioner Rurig.
Here.
Commissioner Ross.
Here.
Mayor Vandenbosch. City Manager Atkins.
Here.
Can I have a motion to excuse the mayor? She's out on some family issues.
We were notified, and I make a motion that we excuse Jen Vandenbosch.
Support.
Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, moving on here. Next, we're going to approve the agenda, and I'm just going to remind everybody, if you have any comments or you want to talk about anything on that consent agenda, you need to move it off the consent agenda. So with that, do we have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Support.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, next we have public comment. Anyone is welcome to address the City Commission. Please state your name and limit your comments to 5 minutes. Commission will not respond, but will follow up as necessary. Anybody?
Dave DeVlomek, F&V Operations. I'm just up here to invite everybody to our F&V cookout. It is going to be the August 28th at noon. So commissioners, police and fire, and also DPW and city staff are all welcome. So come hungry and hope to see you out there.
Thank you. Oh, where's the location?
Water plant.
Okay. Thank you, Dave. Anybody else? If not, we're going to keep moving on here. Next, we want to do, I need a motion to approve the City Commission meeting minutes of August 1st, 2024.
So moved. Support.
Any changes, updates, concerns?
On page 8 of the minutes, page 6 of the minutes, page 8 of the packet, the word spring was misspelled, soaring, but it was pretty well understood that it was spring. Anyway, I've notified Jason, and for the public's benefit, if you see it, I think that they'll already be corrected by the time they're posted online again, but that's the only thing I saw,
Okay.
and thank you.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I need a motion to approve the City Commission closed session meeting minutes of August 1st, 2024.
So moved. Support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion moves along. Consent agenda. I need a motion to approve the Rain City Area Fire Authority Run Report, the departmental monthly activity reports, and the business license application for Paisley's Apparel and Accessories.
I make a motion we approve the consent agenda, letters A through C. Support.
All right. Can I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Bryson.
Yes.
Commissioner Hendrick.
Yes.
Commissioner Clausen.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Brien.
Yes.
Commissioner Rurig.
Yes.
Commissioner Ross.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All righty, moving right along. Financial business, I need a motion to approve expenditures including payroll of $1,581,298.89.
I make a motion we approve expenditures, including payroll, for $1,581,298.89. Support.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
if I can, I just want to provide clarification again to the commission and to the public. This is a portion of time where we get into larger disbursements because of tax collection. So you'll see a large number for the next several meetings as we make disbursements back to the other taxing entities. We collect and then forward it on to those entities. So We're at that time of year again.
Okay. Anybody else have any other questions on that?
No, but thanks for clarifying, Scott.
Alrighty, roll call.
Commissioner Hendrick,
Yes.
Commissioner Clausen,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Brien,
Yes.
Commissioner Rohr,
Yes.
Commissioner Ross,
Yes.
Commissioner Bryson.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, I need a motion to accept and file the preliminary financial statements of July 2024.
Make a motion that we receive and file the preliminary financial statements as of June 30th, 2024.
July.
No, it says June, but July.
Support.
All right. Any discussion on that? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, moving on here. The Nyhart Service Agreement for Pension Plan 2425.
Make a motion, we approve the Nyhart Service Agreement for the pension plan for 2024 and 2025. Support.
Any other discussion on this contract? Anything?
Yeah, just a reminder, again, this is required by statute and also generally accepted accounting principles to be done. Also, recommendation from the retirement board as well.
Thank you.
It has been reviewed by the city attorney in addition.
Yes, and the pension board has already looked at all this too. Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Clausen,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Brien,
Yes.
Commissioner Rohr,
Yes.
Commissioner Ross,
Yes.
Commissioner Bryson,
Yes.
Commissioner Hendrick.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Alrighty, moving right along. We have no unfinished business. So, new business, patrol car radio radar, purchase. You're up.
Good luck, chief.
Good evening. I tried doing some research to find out when our current radars were even purchased, and I can't find them. So I know they're at least 10 to 12 years old, if not older. Some of the modules, the controllers are breaking. We're constantly replacing the batteries in the one handheld wireless one. We're missing screws on a couple of them. It was just time to upgrade, put them in the budget for this year, which was approved. Capital outlay purchase, the quote that I provided to you was for one. The guy didn't put the second one on there. It's an easy fix, I can call him. But the total that I'm asking for approval to purchase is in the amount of $5,398. Stalker radar is part of the My Deal program, and we can use that for competitive bidding purposes.
Anybody have any questions for the chief?
Just for the benefit of the public, we're talking about speed radars.
Speed radars, yes, sir.
So, I apologize, just the quote says $26.99.
For one.
That, this is for two, 5,300, okay,
Yeah.
got it.
The memo.
For two, okay, gotcha.
Okay. Anything else for?
Any reason why not laser, or
We have one handheld laser.
Okay,
It's difficult. You can't use a laser when you're mobile patrol.
okay,
These are stationary in your vehicles, and you can
Got it.
activate them as you're driving. There's the difference.
okay,
If you ever see somebody parked on the side of the road and their vehicle's parked perpendicular to cars coming, they probably have the handheld laser
Okay.
in their hand. We have one of those. It was updated a couple of years ago, but these are for the stationary ones in the patrol car.
okay, got it, thank you.
So you're looking to replace two of them right now, and you said they're all kind of aging out. How many more do you have down the road that are need to be replaced?
One more, which is in my pickup truck. I have restricted monies set aside for that, but the process for me to release those restricted monies through the state, because they're part of a federal grant. When we sold the Tahoe in back, purchased a Tahoe in 2008 with Stone Garden monies. When you sell Stone Garden equipment and you get that money in, that money needs to be restricted. So I got about $2,300 restricted from the sale of that Tahoe. In order for me to get approval, I need to draft a letter to send it to the agent in charge of the Border Patrol. He needs to approve it, and then I need to send it to the state. They need to approve it. Back to the county needs to approve it, and then I can go ahead and order my radar. I just haven't had time to draft a letter asking for approval.
So this is to get the two in, and the
This is
third
just-
one's coming eventually.
Yes, this is just to just update the two in the new Tahoes, and then my truck will be the next one. I'm not gonna update the one in the Ford Explorer. That's pretty much my school resource officer vehicle, and he's not gonna run radar when he's in school, so we don't need to upgrade that one.
Okay, everybody all set?
The Tahoe's doing okay. That's slightly off topic, but
No, we're burning oil. We're getting them checked weekly, and we're down 1 to 2 quarts of oil. And we're getting, I mean, it's $8 to $10, but it's gonna add up quickly, and
It's not,
GM says that's normal.
it's not normal.
It's not normal, but nobody seems to know what to do about it. So,
Mm, Yeah, sad situation. Okay,
thanks.
with that, can we have a roll call vote?
Did we ever make a motion?
You need a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll make a motion, we approve the purchase of the 2 Stalker radar units for $5,398.
All right, thanks, you guys. All right, now can we have roll call?
Sure can. Commissioner O'Brien,
Yes.
Commissioner Rourke,
Yes.
Commissioner Ross,
Yes.
Commissioner Bryson,
Yes.
Commissioner Hendrick,
Yes.
and Commissioner Clausen.
Yes.
Motion carried.
thank you.
Thanks, Jim. All right, now moving on to approval to purchase the network firewall security software. City manager, you want to speak on that?
Yes, I believe we had indicated in the agenda packet that our Sophos software, which is our security software for locations, City Hall, water plant, wastewater plant, and DPW are all set to expire. So we did solicit proposals. Largely, the proposals are from 3 vendors that we generally have used in the past, CDWG, Amazon, and then locally High Tech. I did go back to High Tech and ask them if they would meet the CDWG proposal, which they agreed to. They actually beat that proposal, and I believe that the clerk sent out to you an updated copy requesting Commission's approval to approve the purchase from High Tech for the security suite for those 4 locations.
Okay, can I have a motion to approve that? It's $5,231.
$4,496, I believe.
Oh,
The reduced price, yes,
Oh.
correct.
I'm looking at the wrong page then.
It's the one that was.
It's the one that was sent later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We beat them up a little bit.
Good. So I need a motion on that.
Make a motion, we approve the purchase of the firewall software through High Tech for $4,496.
Support.
All righty, any other discussion on that one?
Thanks for doing the work.
Sorry about the small print, by the way. Sorry.
Thanks for getting the price figured out and bringing it down and everything. Appreciate that.
All right, if not, can we have a roll call?
Commissioner Rourke,
Yes.
Commissioner Ross,
Yes.
Commissioner Bryson,
Yes.
Commissioner Hendrick,
Yes.
Commissioner Clausen,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Brien.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, administrative reports. Who'd like to go first?
I have nothing.
Okay.
I have a few.
Okay.
Briefly going through, I just want to advise the commission and also the residents that the Pazer road condition study work will start on Monday, the 19th. We expect that they'll get the majority of the work done within a couple of days. So be aware, you're going to see engineering firm that'll be back and forth. OHM is the company. This is again under that grant provided by SEMCOG, so it's no cost to the city for this work. They'll be surveying the city streets for conditions, preparing a report for us, submitting to us the complete data in electronic format, which after we receive the data, we'll be preparing that then for consideration discussion with the commission on prioritizing road repairs and actually putting a long-term capital improvement plan for road reconstruction, rebuilding, and the like. So that will start again on Monday, the 19th of August. And we just want the residents to know that they will see engineering vehicles up and down the streets. It's a multi-pronged approach, so it's going to be a physical examination of the streets, also some photos and surveying of the streets. Speaking of surveying, we're receiving a lot of questions and inquiries from residents. Even though we've been trying to get information out for months regarding the water project, surveying crews are out. They're surveying the water line locations. They also have to mark and indicate locations of known other utilities, so gas, any buried electric cable. Want to stress to the residents that although we know it's an inconvenience to have survey stakes and flags and markers in their yards, please leave those in place. That's important because it's identifying the locations of the underground utilities. And we've had so many residents that have said, listen, I don't want those there, I'm taking them out. And technically, it is not, legal to remove survey stakes and those things, because also there are some property and right-of-way markers. We understand the inconvenience, but please, if you'll just be patient with us and try to mow around those carefully. It's important because we don't want any underground utilities to be disrupted and broken and need to be repaired. Again, please call if you have questions, but they're doing this citywide for the entire water project, and a number of those have already been completed. Reminder, commissions and residents, city manager interviews are scheduled for Monday, the 19th of August, beginning at 4 p.m. here at the city offices in the Guy Community Center. We have 6 candidates that will be interviewed that night. It is a public, open process, so the public is invited to attend. And then the last item I have is we recently, as of today, completed landscaping at the canoe and kayak launch. It was in the original plan when the launch was put in, so we have some native grasses that have been planted there. We did receive phone calls within a short amount of time. It's almost a love-hate, unfortunately. The grasses have to take root from the transplant. It did not cost us anything. They actually were relocated from City Hall and split apart. They were placed out there. There's some nice landscaping around it and mulch. They will be cut down and cut back, and they will be cut back at the end of the season, so we're just asking everyone to please bear with us while they take a proper process of transplant, and then we'll continue on the maintenance. We want to make sure that they are at a decent height and they don't fill in too much, but right now, it's a shock for everyone seeing things, and again, I would say, like most things, it's either a love-hate. People either love them or hate them, but just bear with us while we get them under a new growth, and we'll trim those back accordingly. That's all I have. Be glad to answer any questions that the commission may have.
Anybody have anything for the city manager?
A couple things. So one, would it be possible or feasible to sort of do a water quality project status page on our new website? That's probably the most questions that I get about streets, about this, about that, kind of outline the plan and, status of this week. Again,
Sure.
You guys aren't made of, you don't have all the time in the world and you don't have all the resources in the world. I understand that, but if there's anything that I get asked about a lot, it's that.
It is our intention, and I apologize because the one meeting that you were not able to attend here just recently, I think I did report.
The 11th.
That is part of the process, that we're going to have a location on the city website that will be Safe Water Project, and under that, all of the information. We don't have all of the information right now because the bids have just recently, of course, been awarded and approved. Contracts have been signed. All of the bond documents and funding documents were completed this week. So once we have the pre-construction meeting, then we'll have a specific time frame, and we should have the indication of the start of the location maps. That'll be in priority, and we're going to put all of that information on the website. Currently, we still do have the original plan and the map. It's located under, I believe, resources, so it's available now. It will be in a more prominent location on the new website, and then we're also working to set up, once the project gets well underway in the construction phase, an email that if there are any issues, residents can go to that email. That email will come directly to the city, will also go to the contractor and to the engineer, so everyone gets that at the same time. And it'll probably be a simple email similar to waterproject@, but we'll get the former address out. And we're also looking to set up a phone line, so if people have issues, they'll be able to dial a number that'll be direct to either the engineer that's overseeing the project or the contractor or both. So this is all in our plans to be able to have all of that as transparent as possible to our residents. So once we have a little more information on pre-construction and some indication of the timing and specifics, we'll start uploading and creating that. But great idea, great suggestion, and you would have thought you were at the meeting because you brought it up. So yeah, thank you.
And then one other thing, and maybe my commissioner privilege is the correct place to state it, if so, just let me know, but back on the preliminary financial statements, I said as of June 30th. That is actually what they are stated as.
Yeah, just the agenda says.
The agenda says July
Yeah.
2024, but I said
Yeah.
as of June 30th, and was quickly corrected, but I think I'm correct.
I think you might be.
So I don't know if the meeting minutes need to reflect that or not, but what we approved was the preliminary. or we approved to
Yeah. So the
receive and
the
file
agenda has
are
it.
the financial
has it on.
statements as of June 30th,
Yep.
2024.
Yeah,
So everybody knows.
you are correct, sir.
Okay. That was all. Sorry.
That's all right.
I just wanted to make sure the minutes were correct.
Anybody in the corner there? You guys all right? Okay. Jason?
In the corner.
Yeah. We always keep them in the corner.
Okay, mine will be a little lengthy, and I apologize, but I want to go
That's
over
fine.
some important election stuff. I'll try to get through it as quick as possible, but there are some thank yous I want to hand out that I think are very, very well warranted. I'll start first, easy ones. Month of July, cemetery, 0 burials of any kind. Number 2, great segue, City Manager Adkins and Commissioner Ross about the website. We have a new target go live end of August. We were pushing for beginning of August, but with elections and stuff, I kind of gave them a little bit of leeway and said, you can take your time, let me get through the elections first, and then we can go. He had a couple other projects he was working on. I checked it today because I have access to that website build process, and it's designed, the picture's up there, the colors are up there, it's looking good. We got all of our forms out to him to be placed on there, so go live end of August, and I'll keep you all updated as that process moves along as well. Third thing is we are going to have a community shred day on October 26th, which is a Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Location to be determined, but we'll put more information out on that next week. And coinciding with that community shred day, I have reached out to Bell River Elementary School and Holy Cross Elementary, and we are going to do a school supply drive to coincide with that shred day. So there are some needs there in those schools for school supplies throughout the year. Both of them said crayons, number 2 pencils, erasers, things of that sort. So I think it'd be nice for the community to come out, get rid of your old documents that you need to shred instead of burning them. You're welcome, Chief. And to help the community out at the same time with the school supply drive. So more information will be out on that soon with a location, and we'll have a flyer posted on our website and our social accounts as well. And now the fun stuff, elections. I'm going to throw a lot of numbers at you, so if you like numbers and you want to write them down, you're more than welcome. But I think it's important to get these statistics out there. August election stats, I wanted to cover a little bit of early voting first. The Secretary of State put out a press release. I think it was everywhere, but I specifically got an email from the Secretary of State and their updates. So after the 9 days of early voting, there were 73,531 people who casted an in-person ballot for early voting throughout the 9 days. I'll put that into a little perspective. There are 8,383,947 registered voters in the state of Michigan. That equates to 0.008% of registered voters that came out during the 9 days of early voting. So I want to
2 zeros.
two leading zeros.
008.
Yes. Yes, sir. So I kind of wanted you to have that information so you can chew on it a little bit. A lot of work goes into that 9 days. Even though we're not busy, our election inspectors are here. They're here for 9 hours. They are here for 9 straight days, as well as myself and the deputy clerk, and it is a long process. Very tiring, but we get through it because we have an amazing group of election inspectors as well. Our total for those 9 days was 61. So over 9 days, we had 61 voters, which accounts for 0.02% of our total registered voters in the city. For total numbers, we had 455 absentee ballots that we processed in an absent voter counting board, which is 80% return rate on what we issued, which is very, very good. 897 total absent voters, so we issued 62.5% of absentee ballots, and then a return of 80% on those as well. Election day, 287 people turned out in person to vote on election day, for a total of 803 voters, which is a 23% total voter turnout for the city of Marine City. So a little low. I'm expecting November to be much greater than that 23%, and I think we're going to see a far greater number throughout the state, as it's a big election, it's a presidential election, and I think we're going to get voter turnout. So I hope that 9 days is busier in November than it has been in February and August. But we do make it through it. We do make it through. And then last but not least, I am going to read off a list because I think it's very important to thank all of these election inspectors who put in time in training, time working, long hours, 16-and-a-half-hour day on election day, and 0 complaints from them. They plug away, they help residents, throughout the polls. They get fed well, that they're very well respected by myself. I know that, and I'm sure all of you as well. Commissioner O'Brien, you sit on the election commission. City Attorney Davis, you as well, and you guys have always said to pass your thanks along, and I have. So with that, my chairpersons, Ralph Beatty and Steve McConnell, and then election inspectors, Aaron Deitch, Deborah Dimmick, Joyce Rogers, David Niedenthal, Barbara Watson, Mary Westlow, Michaela Roy, Audrey Hollenbaugh, Carol Brown, Katie Posey, Karen Peterson, Tom Posey, and Lori Posey. So I just wanted to give a big thank you to all of those workers who put in time and effort. So if you see them in the streets, in the office, you will recognize a lot of those names are some city employees that we tapped on to help out, and everybody stepped up and played their part. So I don't want that to go unnoticed to them.
Can we applaud?
Absolutely. You are part of that. And with
I'll
that,
see it in the video.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's great.
And with that, I have nothing else.
And thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I have one question. The city forms that you're putting on the website, are they just printable or can you fill them in?
They will be fillable PDFs.
Great.
We've tried to make that transition over the last few months with current documents and pulling them from 5 different locations on the website. I've kind of been working on that in between other stuff, but most of them should be. We went through and converted all of our building permits and building documents to fillable PDFs to make it easier. There may be something on the horizon. I don't have a rhyme for 2025, but there may be something on the horizon which will make it more feasible for residents as well to apply for those things. But as of the new website, it will be fillable PDFs.
Great,
Yes.
great.
Strive for 2025.
There we go. I like that.
He's going to strive for 2025.
Thanks.
Stay alive at 25.
All right. Moving to commissioner privilege. One thing before we get started this, we got a little off track on our commissioner privilege last time. I was reminded from our city attorney, we need to be careful. We need to make sure that we just do our usual announcements and we don't get into a lot of discussions that could affect the public. So with that in mind, Bill.
Well, one thing I have is basically the planning commission, didn't have a meeting this month because of the lack of, the 3 people that are bringing back friends for things, haven't brought them back this month, but expect to get it, coming back again. I think everybody know where the dollar store is gonna go on King Road. I got a lot of questions about that, and then I found exactly where it was, and I had a map, and I didn't think it was that close to my house. But when we looked at stuff at the planning commission level, you could see there was residential around. That's why we were strict on it. So, otherwise, enjoy the holidays it is, and hopefully that rain holds off till we get our grass cut again, again and again. With this rain. So that's all. And everybody have a good day.
Commissioner Bryson.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Commissioner O'Brien.
Please rewind this video back to Jason's comments thanking all of our election workers because he stole my bit. But a sincere thank you to everyone who worked the election. Thank you to everyone who came out and voted and participated. These things are very important. Jason, thanks for your leadership and stewardship over the process.
Okay, so 300 Broadway Committee, we held a business plan workshop in the fire hall. Thank you so much for letting us use that. It was Shannon Schwabe of the Michigan Small Business Development Center and Christy Jones of the Economic Development Alliance of St. Clair County. It went very well and was reasonably well attended. I'd say that the committee left with a very good head start on their mission statement and vision statements and kind of brainstormed on a lot of good ideas for this road path for developing a business plan. So I think that, to honor the agreement that the 300 Broadway Committee would bring back to either this commission or the Historical Commission, business plan and the future of that building. I think that we're well on our way to getting that together. Secondarily, and thanks to the commission for approving this use, we had the exhibit during Maritime Days inside of the old teen zone area of the 300 Broadway City Hall, old City Hall, and it was pretty well attended. I volunteered for 4 hours of it and got quite a bit of interest. And in that time also, surveys were handed out to any who wanted to give their input on what they felt might be a good use for the hall and what might be a good activities or uses for a community center. And that data will be compiled now and processed, and we should be able to see that soon. And in addition, there was a checkbox for if people were interested in volunteering just to aid in the building's success or with any of the groups that currently support it. So that was also very good. So related to what was said about things that could affect the public, I'm questioning, was this my discussion of road diet? Because while it wasn't it is something that's going to be facing the public in the future. Is this something I should or should not discuss?
No,
Freudian slip? I don't know.
no, if you go back to our training on the OMA, what I had discussed from the podium when we were doing that was, you have commissioner privilege, but you really can't use commissioner privilege to raise a topic and then get into a debate among the board. It's, the commissioners. You can raise whatever you want, Brian.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that the way the OMA is structured with agendas is that if somebody knew that discussion was gonna go across this table, they might have wanted to be at the meeting and hear it or participate in it. So there's no, you can raise whatever issues you want. We just can't have it turn into a board discussion, because then it's a quasi-agenda item that's not on the agenda.
Okay.
Remember that when we discussed that?
Yes, but, we started discussing an agenda item in actually an administrative report, effectively.
I know.
That ended up being that.
Yeah.
And that was a discussion. But from the commissioner privilege perspective, I don't think that it ended up.
No, it didn't.
Okay.
It went a little long. There was a little more input than probably.
Okay.
And you guys just want to be careful, because if it warrants that kind of discussion, it should be on the agenda.
Okay. I guess from the standpoint of an agenda item that will come across this desk in the future, right? As was read in the minutes tonight, in 2025, we will be faced again with needing to look at whether or not we do or do not do a road diet for M29. So I urge the public to reach out to us and discuss with us your thoughts and opinions on this. That's all. And have a great week.
Commissioner Ray?
I don't have anything today.
Nothing. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
All right, I'm gonna be quick with this. The only thing I have is, don't forget the Battle of the Bands is this weekend, Friday and Saturday night in the park up there by the Riviera. Hopefully it won't rain on everything, but try to come out and enjoy the bands and support the schools and the Lions Club that's putting all this stuff on for the community. So that's all I have. So I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Support?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Yay.